way I felt with Sonic, where I was just like, oh, I want that. Like, I need that. I felt that way when I saw the Kid Chameleon covers of the Sega Visions.
Did you ever play Flashback? You remember Flashback?
No.
It was awesome. It was like out of this world.
It was.
Remember
Out of Its World was
like,
was kind of the prequel, sort of, right?
Yeah.
I just remember I thought the graphics
Kid
were the
Chameleon, I wanted
greatest,
to be that kid on
the greatest thing I'd ever seen because he actually reached down, drew out his gun, and he held it like you would hold a gun, and
like
his
Prince of
barrel
Persia.
rolls.
Okay.
Yeah,
Where they like, it
Yeah.
was like Prince of Persia, where they had an actor do it, and then they scanned
it was so good.
the animation.
They
Dude,
recently did the an HD like revised version of it. That's pretty sweet.
now there are a ton of games that are doing that kind of animation that you see at E3. There are a ton of games that were using influences. The guys who did Limbo have a new game called, I think, Enter or Further, something like that, and it was pretty damn awesome. Okay.
What is it like?
It was it looks like that fluid Prince of Persia movement.
Really?
It's awesome.
This is by the creators of Limbo.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
A nice game.
I mean, it's kind of, because there's, I think because there's such a appreciation and sort of
what's the
resurgence of the
start
retro
button?
games.
What's the
That's
start
really
button?
opened up the creative possibilities,
There you
not
go.
just what we're technologically capable
Yeah.
of,
Is
but
there a
like
start button?
it's not all about just best graphics, about cool graphics, and oh, that's so cool.
You have to guess the start button. Oh, there we go.
Start.
Start 2. Let's do that. Oh, you're playing Kid
Uh,
Chameleon.
So, you may have already talked about this. Sorry, I was
all good.
off doing
That's
things.
all right.
But I want to know. So, when did the book come out?
Sure. So I'll just give you a very brief history.
Yeah.
So 3.5 years ago is when I started working on the book.
Okay.
Which at the time I didn't realize I was working on the book. I honestly just wanted to read what
know
my
what I'm
book
doing.
was. And then 2 years ago is when I met with Seth
Wait,
Rogen
jump
and
on
Evan
his head?
Goldberg, and we talked about doing the documentary and the feature film. And then the book came out
What do I do? Do I jump on
4
his
weeks
head?
ago on May 13th.
So 4 weeks ago. So it's been out for 4 weeks
It
now.
has, yeah.
And how is the reception? How are you feeling about it?
I'm feeling so fantastic. This is my dream come true. I love writing, and I traded commodities for 7 years while I was supporting myself writing.
Yeah.
So, I still don't believe it. It feels surreal to see it, and the reaction for the most part has been very, very strong. I've also had my first experiences with bad reviews and people who don't
Really?
like me or the book. Yeah.
What don't they like
Now-
about this book? Because I love
now-
the
They don't like the dialogue.
Now, are
They
you-
book. They
either
don't like it?
Well, a lot
Yo.
of it-
Now, are
now
you
what do I
saving
do?
those? Are you saving those for future to like laugh at them, or
now that I'm a knight,
or
what
did
if
you
I-
burn them?
What do I do now?
I wanted to burn them, and that was, insecurity on my part. Because
Now
as
that
I
I'm
said,
nice.
this is really the first thing I've ever written that
Yeah.
was read by people other than my parents.
Yeah.
Now that I'm a knight, what do
That I
do?
knew writing it was going to actually have some audience.
No one's listening to me. I don't know what to do now that I'm a knight.
I thought you're supposed to be some sort of like
Do I
Kid
jump on
Chameleon
his
prodigy.
I haven't played this in a ton of
Um,
years. I'll jump on that fool's head. Boom. Oh, yeah, that's all I needed to do.
The New York Times review
yeah.
was very long, and the first half of it talked about all these really cool things in the book, like the watershed moment you're talking about,
Yeah.
how cool and cinematic it was, and it says, Console Wars sounds like it'll make one heck of a movie, but it is not one heck of a book.
Oh,
So that was a big curveball to me. I was like,
ouch.
great review, dream come true.
We got recorded by the. We got a review by the New York Times.
Now,
Yeah.
And they
will it
hated
be
it.
will it be a feature
there's
scripted,
two
or
film
will it be a
projects.
Okay,
There's
so
a
there's
documentary and a feature film.
That's excellent.
I'm co-directing the documentary with Jonah Tulis, my business partner.
Okay, cool.
Who I've been working with all these years, and we've also been struggling along, so it's nice for us to have this. And then Seth and Evan are attached to write and direct the feature, and Scott Rudin's producing it as well as
Oh, he's
they.
all heavy. So he
And
just
Scott does,
falls through
to name a few movies, The Social Network and Moneyball.
Yeah,
Scott
yeah,
Rudin's
yeah,
a
yeah.
teacher.
And he has a great track record with
He's
not
small
only-
time. He's
Yes.
small potatoes.
Meeting him was one of the best parts of the whole process.
That's so cool.
Just he definitely has a legend that I didn't know, as
It's
anyone
you,
would
it's
if he
you.
lives up to.
There's really just
and
a
he
jump button.
exceeded
That's all
it.
I know. No, the middle button is jump
Okay.
button, and that's all. That's the only button I knew worked was the button. That's it.
So you've read some or all of the book?
I've started the
Oh, yeah,
audiobook.
okay.
I'm about 45 minutes into the audiobook.
And what did you expect the book to be, and how, is it aligning with your expectations? The style is narrative nonfiction,
Which I like. I
Okay.
like that a lot. I really like that a lot. I like the voice of the book, and
Good.
that first story that you start out with is so great. especially going to Spain
Yeah.
and walking in. It's very cinematic, like you're saying. I saw it all walking in, and I felt it very grungy, almost like the factory where Walter White is cooking meth eventually for.
Well, that was
for
probably
Gus.
somewhat intentional because
Yeah.
that's my favorite TV show.
Yeah,
So-
and that's what I pictured, just kind of that feel and smell, and then these cars whizzing by, and then him seeing on the phone and seeing the guys coming towards him and
Yeah.
running. It's just very exciting.
And that conversation with Tom was when it went from me wanting to read this book or just being curious about it to wanting to write it, because he had these great human experiences that have nothing to do with video games, but then ended up having everything to do with video games.
Right,
And I just
absolutely.
love that. And
Yeah.
he's a good storyteller, and also just sort of Forrest Gump-like is like appearing at all these places
That's
as
so
these
cool.
cultural things are happening.
Yeah, so I definitely want to finish it because
How are you enjoying the voices? The narrator did like a lot of.
he did
very
do
distinct
voices.
styling.
I'll be honest, I'm not going to pull any punches. At first, I thought when he was doing the kind of
Japanese.
strong English Japanese, it was a little bit Hispanic. Like occasionally, it sounded a little Hispanic.
Well,
Just
Nakayama
slightly.
does have a strange Japanese
Does he?
accent. The
So
good
that,
thing
so
was
that might be it. That
I
might
mean,
be it.
well, still, it's based on the book, so he shouldn't necessarily have the knowledge of what
No,
these people were actually
no,
like, but
yeah.
he, so maybe I described it incorrectly as some Hispanic, but he did
no.
have the luxury of watching parts of the documentary to see how these people talk, their cadence.
Oh, he
their
did.
tone.
Oh, good.
For not everyone, but for
There
the
were
main characters.
times where it was really strong, and
Yeah.
just a few times where it was so close. And maybe that's just because it's foreign language, speaking English.
Yeah.
That yeah.
You're not gonna play Kid Chameleon?
Oh, I played and I lost because my joystick didn't work, so I just.
Oh, are you for real?
Oh no, it
Yeah,
didn't. I wonder
yeah.
if it was mapped to here.
The dinosaur just came and I tried moving and jumping.
I'm gonna push your
and then he
button.
ate me. So did I ever tell you that I got to meet Nakayama?
Did you really?
Really?
Hold on.
It was pretty incredible.
There we go. Cool.
Oh, you're back. So
Oh, there's a rock man.
Nakayama was the head of Sega Enterprises in
Look.
Japan and the head of SOJ, and he was a very interesting,
tight.
eccentric, dictatorial figure.
You're a samurai now.
And when I was in Japan shooting some
What?
Wow,
Oh.
that was really cool. Some short documentaries for Sega. I got an email from him saying, I heard you've been looking for me. And I'm interested in meeting. Off the record, of course. Be at your hotel at 3 o'clock, and I'll have some people come by and see if you're worthy of meeting or, to vet you. And I was like, this is so cool. And so, like, Nakayama, like, that he would be, like, mysterious and, like,
That's
not just,
well.
like,
That's exactly like your story. Where
Yeah.
he just shows up at the pool. And
like, he's so
says,
dramatic.
You are
Shows
very
up
hard
at
man
beach.
to find.
Yeah, he shows
Yeah.
up at his beach.
And
on
so
his
he had
vacation.
these two guys come to my hotel.
Oh crap! I'm
And they vetted me for half an hour, and I guess I passed the test. And then we went to Nakayama-san's home, which is, at the time, was the third biggest home in all of Tokyo. And I walked in, and we were going to have tea together. And it was very pleasant. He lived up to everything I had been told in terms of the way he spoke, the psychology behind him, at least that I had been told about.
You want to try this, or
No,
should we,
you can
let's put
play.
a quick shot up in this bit?
And we ended up spending a couple hours together. And after the first hour, I would speak in English, and he had a translator who would translate to him, and vice versa. And after the first hour, he essentially fired his translator and apologized to me for them doing such a horrendous, terrible job. And he was so embarrassed, and I thought, I didn't even notice anything. I've been getting everything out of this conversation I wanted. But it was like so much like the incidents in the book and the way that he was described, where he just like wanted to show that he had the
Yeah.
power, or that he was so such a
interesting.
perfectionist
I
that
was
he
hitting
wanted.
escape, but it was hitting start.
Castlevania was great.
Quit trying to break it.
Okay.
Stop.
Oh. Shit. Did you ever learn Japanese to write the book?
Yes, but I forgot it all after.
Are
I
you
published
serious?
it. No, I'm
Okay.
terrible with languages. The only language I do is sarcasm, and I don't even do it that well.
That's an important one.
What game is this?
The best game
I
ever.
wanted to play it.
So
called
where
Task
did this come
Manager.
from? How does this exist?
Custom made.
Yeah.
Okay, do I hit tab to go back?
No,
I should
escape
hit
to go
escape.
back. Yeah.
Let me
just,
try it.
Yeah, hit escape. There you go.
There it works.
Yeah, I fixed it.
Okay.
I'm gonna come
And
sit.
then-
I'm gonna come sit over here, because then if
Are the mascots a big part of the book? Absolutely. I mean, not only did each personify the different styles of Sega and Nintendo, but creating Sonic is a big part of the book, as well as bringing on
what I
Tails and changing him from his initial name to Tails. The mascots are a huge part of the book.
now
What did you?
Wait, guys, is that the only Q game you have? Is Quad Challenge?
right now,
many Q
yeah,
games
we,
are
There's
we
no
have a.
Quack Shot on the system.
That's right.
Well, was it originally on Genesis?
Yes.
Was it on any other system?
I guess I'll have to play
Was it on any other system?
Robotector.
Was it on any other
Robotector
system?
kind of looks tight.
I never saw this game before.
It's Europe. Protector. Probotector. You gonna probe some dudes? Probotector.
They do look like they're all holding probes.
I'm not playing Probotector. Should I
No,
play Probotector?
no, don't do it. Don't play
Psycho
Probotector.
Pinball? I was gonna play Punisher.
All right, so I have a question for you guys.
Okay.
playing Punisher.
I understand in the Mario world, in the Mushroom Kingdom, Mario wants to rescue the princess. Like, that's his motivation. That's his goal. Like, what is in it for Luigi?
Brotherhood.
He's
good
like just
question.
really doing it for his brother. He's risking his life. That's so.
I think I'll tell you what. I think he thinks that he could possibly get the girl.
I think so too.
He's got
I think
Daisy.
he
got
has
some-
to. He had no. He
He's
has.
got brunette.
If you had Daisy, you'd be going after Peach.
The
Come on.
brunette.
He has to think that.
I'd be
think
going
you're-
after
I think
Toadette.
it's slipped a
Yeah,
little.
sorry.
That's
Get
all right.
weird.
Just wanna get-
New York.
I think. I think he has to. I think he actually has to.
I love those screenshots of Luigi's angry stare from the Mario Kart game that I was seeing all over last week because I
Yeah.
always felt like deep
Oh,
down
the
that's
Death
how he had to feel, either just because that's who he was or who he became from all these years of being player 2. Like, I
Well,
would have
that's
that
why
edge.
I really appreciated Year of Luigi, and all the stuff that
Yo,
came out.
I-
the-
Me too.
Hey, we can play Nick Fury.
What game is this?
Punisher.
Oh. One player.
Oh, you really? You don't want to play?
I get too distracted.
Oh, you do?
I'm not multi-talented. Multitasking?
Look at Nick Fury. Wait, why is Nick Fury white? Just kidding.
Oh my god, Jonathan, you can't just ask people why they're white.
Wait, so you wanted to be Nick Fury, so you're reaching across?
No, I was gonna. Oh,
To
come on,
play.
Nick Fury's gonna eat a pizza,
Oh yeah, I remember that.
or
part
he's
of the
not gonna
Avengers
eat a
movie.
pizza. Oh, there you go.
Big pizza eating scene.
You have to jump up and then you have to reach down. I'm only playing it with Blake's controller because
Such a hog.
because I wanted him to play with me, but then he didn't play.
So your theory on
go.
Luigi
Let's go, White Nick
is similar, that he has to think that possibly he'll get the girl someday?
Definitely.
Maybe.
I mean, in an isolated situation, if it happened in just Mario 1, okay, I can get that. Like, I would do a lot for my brother, but to like continually do it, I feel
Right.
like you reach the point of
Well,
just
why
thinking-
can't Nintendo introduce,
Oh, that's like toxic waste.
you know, Princess Nectarine, who is her cousin?
You don't like eating nectarines.
well,
you do.
that's really what I'd like to see.
Oh,
Um,
he's clocking these fools.
As I've been thinking a lot while finishing the book about the current state of Nintendo and the challenges they face and where they're headed,
Yes.
I understand that Nintendo still generally makes family-friendly fare.
Yeah.
But at the same time, there are those of us in our late 20s and 30s that grew up on this, and we still enjoy a great Mario game, Mario Kart. But I would like to learn a little bit more about what these people would be like in a more realistic or grounded world. I mean, basically, like, more adult themes. And I don't mean Luigi banging chicks, but, like, I don't know. I'd like to see a darker graphic novel with some of the characters, or see a show on FX that's like,
The Mario Kingdom.
Like the
Oh, no.
Mario Kart Mercedes commercial. Did you see that?
no.
It's oh man. So it's
Oh, I just threw a knife in your face.
and it was very rewarding. Very.
Do you guys have experiences crying while playing your
Look,
video
Nick Fury's
games?
swimming.
I don't think so. You?
I remember bawling when I was next door at the Kaufman's house, and Mrs. Kaufman came in and she said that we were playing too many minutes, and we said we were doing really well in Zelda, and we were like about to, we were trying to get the raft, and we thought we were gonna get it, and then she just shut it off without saving, and I was bawling because how could you lose your progress? Oh, that's awesome. Yes.
Yeah, that's the one who.
I mean,
steps
that's
out.
still over the top, but that's
It
really
is.
cool. But just that
Yeah.
idea of like
Yeah.
actually looking at them in the real world, and there's, I think, plenty of opportunities.
This fool.
Yeah, this is what he looks like when he steps out of the Mercedes.
That's awesome. It does look kind of like a Goomba.
Yeah.
Come on.
Eternal Champions was awesome. I liked hearing about the development of that.
This is my axe.
And another game that really got caught in the crossfire between America and Japan.
So did you grew up with Nintendo?
So I grew up with a
Oh, I
Nintendo,
punched
an
that knife
8-bit
out of
NES
there.
that my brother and I played the hell out of. In addition to Contra, my other favorite game was Bubble Bobble, which was one of the
Bubble's
few
great.
co-op
So
games
great,
back
yeah.
then.
So great.
We can play Bubble
And
Bobble.
so we loved the Nintendo so much that, of course, we wanted a Super Nintendo.
Right.
And my parents wouldn't get it for us because my dad said that they would just come out the Super Duper Nintendo and a Super Super Duper Nintendo, which I thought at the time was just him being cruel. But aside from him being kind of correct, though wrong in a lot of ways, it was, he was basically saying he didn't agree with Nintendo's business decision not to have
They'll-
backward compatibility.
No, he said they'll just come out with a Super Nintendo and then a Super Duper
yeah.
Nintendo.
But he just didn't.
I would buy that Super Duper Nintendo.
Like a lot of parents back then, they didn't like buying the games and starting over, and the fact that none of the 8-bit games worked on the 16-bit. And so looking back, I was thinking, wow, this business decision is actually like the reason that I got this. And a lot of details like that helped put my childhood into focus. It was like therapy.
Have you ever played Gunstar Heroes?
I have not.
Are you out of your mind? You haven't played Gunstar's Heroes?
No, I'm
Gunstar
terrible.
Heroes is great. It's a classic Genesis and arcade game.
What is the game about?
All right, you just fly around and shoot stuff. I'm blowing away all these fools. That guy was just standing there. Nick Fury's taking names.
So, so we had a Genesis.
Okay.
And I always had a brother. And we loved the sports games, and I always hated the fact so much that he really was better than me. I felt like I should have older brother powers and automatically be better.
So have you beaten him since, or is he still better than you?
He's still better than me.
Wow.
And it's like,
kinda hurts.
we can't even play anymore because I would get so mad I would throw the controller. I'd always do this thing where I would say, no, this time I won't get mad.
How do I
Like,
help that guy?
because I felt rational at the time of making this promise.
Yeah,
But then, especially in Griffey. Griffey was one of my favorite games of all time. I love the NES one, but the 64 one, I thought this is the game that I just want every year them to sell a new version with updated rosters, and like I'll be happy for the rest of my life. And he was
That's
so much better than me.
That's a good game.
What about-
Growing up? It made me feel good that one of my sports heroes on my team was on a was
So did you grow up in Seattle?
yeah, born and raised.
So was there any sentiment as somebody growing up in Washington that like Nintendo was that
Not
Nintendo being in
really.
Redmond that like you were supposed to support them? I mean,
Not
Nintendo
really.
did own the Mariners too.
That's true.
I
I
got her.
know. Yeah.
I saved
Not
that girl.
really.
She came
Not
out.
really. There wasn't much. In fact, I didn't. Yeah. It may have been more so because it was still a business, right?
Yeah.
And Redmond is far enough out from Seattle that it's still
Yeah.
not.
I mean, I wouldn't necessarily assume there would be, but I was just curious.
And they were very secretive about it. This building
Probably
was
just
not
lit their ground fire.
labeled big,
Yeah.
Nintendo or anything fancy. So
Look,
we'd drive by it
got
on the
something on
freeway
your
all
face.
the time, and I had no idea that was Nintendo.
Look, you got something on your face, and then I light him on
Oh,
fire.
that's pretty awesome.
Nick Fury should have done this in Captain America 2.
So do you only get to be Nick Fury, or are you getting to switch
No,
and be
you
Punisher?
could be the
What is your
Punisher.
favorite story of rage rage quitting with your brother?
When we were on vacation in Newport, Rhode Island, where my family went every year, and that was when I remember saying like, Dylan, I promise, like I won't get mad if you beat me, and thinking at the time like,
You wouldn't get
like
mad.
I'm making a promise,
yeah,
I
I
can
won't get
totally
mad.
deliver on this. It's just a game,
It's
win or
just a
lose, who
game.
cares?
Yeah, exactly.
But then after the game started cheating for him, which it often did, like I got really mad. I threw the controller and I walked out of the room and locked myself out, and that was like the first moment when I.
Twin Galaxy.
I'm not
What?
gonna get upset. Oh my god, you're never gonna beat that guy.
By the order
What
of
about you?
Kingpin, you are to be terminated.
No crying. So did you ever get really
I didn't
angry?
cry, but I think I just.
Are you kidding me? It
I think
jumps
I
and
was
get hurt?
more. I think I instead of rage, I tended more towards being a poor sport,
Yeah.
but masking it of like, let's do something else.
Yeah.
You know.
No,
like-
but I'm beating you. Oh, well, if this is important to you, I guess we can
Dude.
continue. I mean,
Guard
I wasn't really
Like-
trying that. I love that I wasn't really trying that
Guard
hard.
Droid.
Yeah.
Like-
that's the
Oh, I
worst.
thought we were kind of just like playing for fun. I didn't realize like, okay, we're playing to win. That explains that.
I beat the guard droid
That was a lot of points.
by order of the Kingpin. He was gonna have me killed. Coming for you, Wilson Fisk.
And so, do you have the new consoles?
So I have PS3,
Okay.
and that was what I played most of throughout the writing of the book. And then I got a Wii U the day I turned in my first draft of the manuscript as my little gift to myself. And so I got Mario Kart 8 last Friday or whenever, right before I left
And
for LA.
so, do you like the Wii U? Do you think it can
Yes.
survive?
I mean,
He's a hater.
the question I'm asked most during interviews is like about the current state. What
Yeah.
like what's going to happen to Nintendo?
Yeah.
Do you think they're going to go the way of Sega?
Yeah.
Go to the software business? Are they going to fall? Oh, they say are they going to fall apart and go the way of Sega? And I always think that's kind of a strange question because one, Sega is profitable.
Yeah.
They're not where they want to be for
Right.
sure, or where they wanted to be. But like Nintendo, every game for the Wii U that I've played is fantastic. So as long as they're making great games,
Right.
it's beautiful. Like this Year of the Luigi, I played the Luigi version of the game.
Okay.
And I was playing it, like, this is great. And then I sat down in bed, and I brought my tablet. And then I noticed, okay, the same thing's going on over here. Okay, then I'm just going to end up watching this. And I already have a 3DS. But now it was like I just had a 3DS with a
yeah.
1.5 the size times screen.
Yeah, Wind Waker is so much better.
and the other
when
thing
you can just have the map
that I-
on your lap. In the
Maybe you
tablet.
guys know better about it. So all my stories about back in the day playing these games is a Wii. It's me and my brother. I'm the guy who's throwing controllers. It would not have been very successful for us to have one tablet between us. How is that working with kids?
I don't know. I don't know. We haven't really
Families
heard.
being fractured?
I think so. I think it's destroying the fabric of our families. Yeah, I've been wanting to.
So do you have a
I
Wii?
don't. I have a Wii, but I do not
you
have the
thinking
Wii
about the
U.
Wii U?
I'm very much thinking about it, and it was very attractive. The Wii U Mario Kart 8
I'm getting that.
bundle, but it is sold out everywhere.
Well, that's great.
And I was trying to get it for this Saturday because we're going to have a Mario Kart 8 tournament. And so I was going to just put it on a credit card and play it until Saturday. And then
It's awesome.
have
It
it.
really is.
Yeah.
It did come with high expectations.
well, when
so
do you go back to New York?
I'm already scheming, but I go back Saturday morning.
Ah!
Oh, he can't be in our
I
Mario
got to
Kart
get in, play a
tournament.
shy guy.
What? Yeah.
I play a shy guy.
You play a Shy Guy? See?
Shy guy especially, I
We
think,
could
deserves
use
like
you.
a graphic novel series of his own.
Yes, yes. Well, I've watched people stream it, and it looks
Oh, I want
that
looks
guy. Cool.
amazing.
And even like the new weapons or the question mark, the gifts, like they're awesome.
Yeah.
I kind of worry that they wouldn't fit in seamlessly, or that
Oh.
the Piranha Plant is so cool.
Well, I remember we had it here for a day. Somebody brought theirs in, and I just played a couple of the mini games on Nintendo Land.
Really? With the pipe?
And I loved it. I mean, the Donkey Kong one was
haven't played it.
Nintendo Land's awesome.
so good. See, DMC
Shy Guy does
Shy
rule.
Guy rules.
And wouldn't you read a graphic novel series starring Shy Guy?
I think so. I think that needs to happen.
One of the more disturbing things in life, though, I saw was like, I guess Shy Guy in some iterations, or originally was like a human but with like a mask walking around. So to see like that he wasn't this cute, cuddly,
Yeah.
kind of aggressive badass, I was like, oh my god. It's like when you're at Disney World and you see Mickey Mouse take off his head and you're like, no.
No.
Is that a mouse?
Yeah, we should get that written.
Yes, that would be good.
Michael Jackson's Moonwalker.
Moonwalker's
I was
great.
walking around
absolutely.
E3 today with Al Nilsson, who was sort of the Michael Jackson whisperer. He was, Michael, interesting guy,
Not
to
these
say
guys.
the least.
I hate these guys.
Had a
Did you ever get into Atlantis in that game?
no,
Because like the game goes to Atlantis.
Yeah.
Like, did you ever go to Atlantis?
no, I never.
I just threw that knife at that dude's
Yeah,
head.
it was
did
not-
you see that?
I seem
Yeah.
to recall it wasn't an easy game.
it was so hard.
It was a very hard game.
Well, it just wasn't intuitive. The storyline wasn't intuitive. So it was a lot about exploration.
Yeah,
You're just trying to figure out where the heck you should go. And then getting a password so you can continue. I just hate barrels.
So there it is. Mystic Defender is a two-dimensional action video game
Oh, what is
released
that?
for Sega Genesis, originally titled
Oh my God.
Kujakuo
This is pretty
2.
awesome. Bonebreaker. He's one of the
Ginejo
Oh, that's awesome.
in Japan, and based on the anime manga
dude.
Kujaku.
They're fighting mutants and everything. They're getting.
Is it good, Mystic Defender? Did you say you didn't have the courage to beat it?
Yeah, he
Riff
said
Raff?
he didn't
Or was
have the
that-
courage to beat it. Does that mean the intestinal fortitude?
How do I
or
continue? How do I continue?
Time.
Are there graphic images
Uh,
that?
I would imagine it's probably that.
There we go.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
now I'm Frank Castle.
Oh, now you have to go back. There you go. Now you're.
Dude, Bonebreaker was like, if you guys watched, Bonebreaker is like a marauder. They're rolling.
So what did
deep.
you get after the after the Genesis?
My next console wasn't until the Xbox.
Really?
Yeah.
So did you stop playing video games, or you were just leeching off?
I
of
kind of
others?
did. I was a competitive swimmer, and that literally took
Oh.
up all of my
Could've
time.
been a
But
competitive gamer.
I know what should have happened is I should have had a system that I took with me on swim meets and just plugged it in instead of watching TV.
Or
I was-
girls.
or girl. Well, there was that too. But yeah, it wasn't until college actually, and people were playing Xbox. I was like, this is.
Well, they play Halo a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, this is awesome. It became the social side of it.
Yeah.
Because in the beginning, it was more about playing with friends.
Yeah.
But I'm 8
doing
years
that.
older than my sister. She didn't play video games, and so it was just kind of a solo thing.
No, stop doing that.
Yes, if you are just joining us, please, we've got Blake Harris here. He's amazing, very
Thank
knowledgeable. I am 45 minutes into the audiobook. I should also just read it too. Use my brain.
Dude, I
No,
heard
no,
this
no.
torso. off.
But it's fantastic. Please go there. Is that the best place to buy it, Amazon? Or would
Any
you
place
prefer
is fine.
some?
No,
anywhere
Amazon's
else?
great.
What will get you the most money?
Yeah. What will put the most money into your pocket?
Bonus
I
stage.
honestly don't know. I don't want to know. I want wherever's easiest for you to buy is
Yeah.
where I want you to buy it.
Go
Whether
get
it's
it.
Kindle, print book, stealing it from the library. I just want people to read the story.
Yeah.
I think the book is the best book ever, and I think that I have such a small part to do with that. Like, I think the writing is cool, but like, the story is
But
so
you got
good.
all the stories from.
Yeah,
They were told
the
to
research
you.
was really
Yeah.
The connecting the dots was the hardest part and the most rewarding part, and the part that still shocks me that nobody has written this book. This should have been like the 8th book on Sega Nintendo.
I'm actually really surprised.
Yeah.
Frankly, when I saw it, I was like, "Oh, has this been done before?" No, it hasn't.
That was my reaction a
Yeah.
lot of steps of the way, and that was kind of how we sold it to Scott Rudin because he's like, "Great idea. Wait, that hasn't been done before. What? Why?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I could definitely see it as.
On the big screen.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
So who did you imagine when you were listening to it as Tom Kalinske?
That's tough. As
You know they're gonna
Kalinske,
put their boy Franco in there.
He's too young, right?
What?
he is too young.
He's too young, isn't he?
It's
Yeah,
gotta-
but
it's
the
gotta
whole
be
problem is
somebody-
Jonah Hill is playing like with all his makeup on. You know that they want
See,
a piece of that.
See, somebody like I just saw Edge of Tomorrow, right?
Okay.
And
was
Bill
cool, right?
Bill Paxton's. It was super cool. I really liked it. When Bill Paxton comes on screen, he's amazing. I wish he was just a little bit younger,
Yeah.
and then he'd be a solid
Yeah.
Kalinske. But I don't know. If you could have the perfect cast right now, who would it be?
I mean, the first half of writing it, I probably imagined Aaron Eckhart. Just because I think that he looks like
Yes.
him and he has that
Yeah.
demeanor and
Yeah, Aaron
has that
Eckhart's
little bit of that
awesome.
wild spirit, but
Yeah.
like he could rein it in.
That's good. That's a good call.
Good.
So that was probably. I know Tom would love to have Brad Pitt play him, and I
Obviously.
think also probably for the second half more after seeing Moneyball, I imagined a little bit.
Absolutely.
Brad
Yeah,
Pitt.
yeah.
I
of
also imagined a
course.
lot of my father, but he's not an actor. But
Well,
Put him in there.
he had a
put him
lot.
in there. Cameo.
He was in my Rock Paper Scissors movie.
He was.
He played Bruce Wong's girlfriend's father. And had I break the hard news that he's
Well,
been
while
done.
you think about the rest of the cast, good question from SD Zero. Have you ever wondered why almost every video game has barrels and/or crates?
No, but now I know I'm going to spend the rest of the night thinking about it.
How do you
know.
think they got all these bad guys in there?
Yeah, why is that?
Because they do a lot of business.
Well,
I guess like
they just need things to throw.
I love how they're
they
bringing
need things that are
weapons
throwable.
through
They
the
need,
Punisher.
they need an obstacle where jumping
They're bringing weapons through
helps
the
you
Punisher.
avoid damage.
That's true.
And I guess there's not that much that's big enough that you would need to escape it by
Yeah.
Come here,
hurdling,
fool.
right? But that's good, really good point.
I really think Brad Pitt or Aaron Eckhart are two really good choices.
I really felt very good about Aaron Eckert until
Yeah.
I saw the trailer for I, Frankenstein, and then I heard him talking about what a great role this was. And I was like,
He's got to sell his movie. Come on.
Well,
no, I know he does,
You
but
have
like when
to.
he was like,
He can't
this is like
say-
the ultimate
pay his
like
mortgage,
duality
man.
of character. And I was like, come on, man, Tom Kalinske would never say that. He'd be like, it's a cool movie.